Schumer screams Trump's a dictator. James Woods drop kicks him into next week. By that conservative girl politics U.S. News for MadWorldNews.com. Last week, President Donald Trump stripped former CIA Director John Brennan of his security clearance, causing Senator Chuck Schumer to proclaim Trump's a dictator on the Senate floor. That's when conservative actor James Woods drop-kicked the foolish senator into next week. Last week, President Donald Trump stripped former CIA Director John Brennan of his security clearance. The White House has said Trump is weighing the possibility of taking the same action for several former intelligence officials, including former FBI Director James Comey and former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper. President Trump has ordered former CIA Director John Brennan's security clearance to be revoked. The announcement was made by White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders on Wednesday. Brennan served in the Obama administration. He was CIA Director from 2013 to 2017. Mr. Brennan has a history that calls into question his objectivity and credibility. Sanders told reporters in her opening remarks at Wednesday's press briefing the White House announced in the end of July that it was exploring the possibility of revoking the security clearances of several former intelligence officials who have criticized Mr. Trump, source CBS News. Trump's move to revoke Brennan's security clearance angered Democrats, most notably Senate Minority Leader crying Chuck Schumer, who said the move was driven by spite and malice and meant to silence a critic. The abuse of the powers of public office to silence critics, punish political enemies, is exactly what goes on in dictatorships, in banana republics, and we're not one of those. Thank God, Schumer said from the Senate floor. What a hypocrite. Schumer added that the action against Brennan, who has emerged as a vocal critic of President Trump, was a gratuitous act of political retribution taken out of spite and malice. Schumer said it was an attempt to silence critics of the president, something the president regularly tries to do, usually unsuccessfully. Schumer called such a move appalling and out of bounds, questioning if Trump would next try to revoke the security clearances of individuals working on special counsel Robert Mueller's probe in the 2016 election. There's enormous potential for gross abuse of presidential power. Congress, on a bipartisan basis, ought to make sure that the president does not politicize the security clearance process, he said. Why is he so concerned? Schumer's speech comes as Senator Mark Warner, the vice chairman of the Intelligence Committee, filed an amendment on Monday that would limit Trump's ability to revoke a security clearance unilaterally, but that measure faces an uphill fight to getting a vote as part of the Senate's debate on a mammoth defense, health and human services, education and labor spending bill, source The Hill. Yeah, Mark Warner was coming out to try to stop Trump from being able to do that. While Schumer's dramatic performance on the Senate floor may have resonated with his misguided Democratic cronies, others were less than impressed, as he can always be expected to do. Conservative actor James Woods stepped in to educate Schumer about exactly what goes on in dictatorships. James Woods' tweet here: "No, Senator. What goes on in dictatorships is that people like you insult leaders and end up in lime pits." Much worse than that. In a republic like ours, you can yap away as you are wont to do and get to ride in private jets. So stop the hyperbole. Absolutely, yeah. We know what happens in dictatorships. If you talk against the leader, there you go. What goes on, yeah. Okay. Indeed, if the Trump presidency were a dictatorship, Schumer would not be allowed to mouth off on the Senate floor as he likes to do. No one would be allowed to criticize the president. We know all too well, though, that Trump has faced more criticism from his opponents than perhaps any other president in history. To call him a dictator is just absurd. Absolutely. Absolutely. But do you like the way, Schumer comes out and grandstands and all these Democrat hacks like Senator Mark Warner? He wants to file an amendment, that would limit Trump's ability to revoke a security clearance unilaterally. Yeah, give it a rest, Mark Warner. Yeah. Anyway, Schumer is being paid by, he's getting kickbacks from Soros, and you can bet on that. And that's why he screams so loudly on the Senate floor. And people are sick and tired of Chuck Schumer. But yeah, James Woods, decided to educate Mr. Crying Chuck Schumer. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.